حي على الصلاة
من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أحمده سبحانه وتعالى حمدا كثيرا وأشكره شكرا جزيلا واستعينه وأتوكل عليه واستهديه واستغفره وأتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فأولئك هم الخاسرون. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. اللهم صل وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. آمين. أيها المستمعون الكرام، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله وحفظ حدوده واجتناب حرماته واستشعار عظمته جل وعلا، كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم تنزيله: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. عباد الله، وسوف ينقسم بنو آدم على ثلاثة أقسام حسب أعمالهم يوم القيامة، كما قال الله في كتابه: وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثة. وأصحاب اليمين هم الذين نكحت حسناتهم على سيئاتهم ومأواهم الجنة. وأصحاب الشمال هم الذين نكحت سيئاتهم على حسناتهم ومأواهم النار. المجموعة الثالثة ليست هنا ولا هناك، ويطلق عليه على الأعراف. الأعراف بمعنى المكان المنتقل، وهو مكان بين الجنة والنار. خطبة اليوم عن هذه الفئات من الناس. وأما موضوع خطبتنا اليوم هو أصحاب الأعراف، أهل السواء. وأرجح الأقوال فيهم أنهم أقوم أقوى مستوى حسناتهم وسيئاتهم. قال حذيفة وعبد الله بن عباس هم قوم استوت حسناتهم وسيئاتهم وبصرت فيهم سيئاتهم عن الجنة وتجاوز بهم حسناتهم عن النار ووقفوها هناك حتى يجزي الله بهم ما يشاء ثم يدخلهم الجنة بفضل رحمته. يا إخوة الإيمان واختيار المجموعة لك واجتهد في اختيار أفضل الجماعة وهي أهل الجنة. Obedient servants of Allah, brothers and sisters in Islam, I seek refuge in Allah against Shaitan the accursed, and I start the rendering of today's khutbah in the name of Allah, the Omnipotent, the Merciful. Allah is the first, Allah is the last, Allah is the beginner, Allah is the end, Allah is the creator who was never created. Everything in existence will cease, and He will continue to live after everything has ceased, and will bring everything back to life. كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. Obedient servants of Allah. Life after death is real. A day of accountability called the day of judgment is real. It is a day like 1,000 years in human reckoning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِنَّ يَوْمَ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. Undoubtedly, it is a day of incomparable trial to all human beings. Nobody would have experienced the type of trial of that day. We have had severally that Prophet said, on that day, everybody will be under tension, under trial, to an extent that everybody will sweat, and the sweat can go as high as one's nose, earlobe, and it will reduce depending on how righteous one is. It is a terrible day. Before Allah will take decisions, both believers and unbelievers and all other people will have to go through that process. It's a terrifying day. Obedient servants of Allah, paradise is real and hellfire is real. Both are prepared for human beings and jinn. Therefore, we must get prepared for it as if it is coming the next day. We must not allow the fleeting time of this world to deceive us, as if we continue to enjoy and be here forever and ever. Allah reminds you and me, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الناس إن وعد الله حق ولا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور. صدق الله العظيم. O men, certainly, inna wa'ada Allahi haqqun. The promise of Allah, the decision of Allah that will bring us back to life, the decision of Allah that will give account of our deed, the decision of Allah that you'll be rewarded and I'll be rewarded for whatever I do is real. Nobody should deceive you against that. No enjoyment, no matter how little or much it will be, don't allow it to deceive you. Do not allow the deceiver of this world to deceive you or the fleeting world itself to deceive you. Brothers and sisters in Islam, men will be sorted out into 3 groups on the basis of the aggregate of summation of good deeds and evil deeds of individuals. Everybody, your deed, good and bad, will be summed up to determine which of the 3 groups you will be. The people of the right hand are those whose good deeds overweigh their bad deeds, their evil deeds. They are the people of the right hand, and the abode of these people is paradise. Paradise will be their abode. While the people of the left hand are those people whose evil deeds overweigh their good deeds, and their eventual abode will be hellfire after the initial trial that we go for, as Allah decides. It's a day that is compared to 1,000 years, not days of hours, 1,000 years of hours, assuming If somebody will enjoy for 1,000 years of our life, or somebody is suffering for 1,000 years of our life here, how terrible it would have been. Everybody will be subjected to that. These are the two groups, the people of the right hand and the people of the left hand. After that, another group will be left. And the other group will be left are called ASHAB الأعراف. ASHAB الأعراف, they are people calling out from the meaning that they will be a higher place, not because that these are good or terribly bad, but because their decision will be delayed. Decision to where they will fall into will be delayed. And when the people of the right hand, the paradise and hell are already decided, are already moving in, they will still remain undecided. I just want you to have this picture. If there is a criminal case in Supreme Court, both the family members and others, well-wishers of that person that is accused, they will not be at rest until a judgment is pronounced. The same thing, they have ASHAB, their decision can be left or bad. Why are they called ASHAB? There are several discussions on them. One of such that are where all discussions agree is that they are people whose evil deeds and good deeds just balance out. No one overweigh the other one. Would they fall to the left or right? The pendulum of the judgment can fall either ways, and that is one reason why they are more terrifying. It's more a serious trial to them on that day, because they will see people already going to paradise to be enjoying it. They will see people going to hellfire to commence their eternal doom, and they are there. They are not sure. Therefore, these people, they are called ASHAB al-A'raf. But the title of today's Khutbah is about this group. Our interest is to ensure that nobody will listen to this message, both the speaker and the listeners, without warding off to not be one of those who will be ASHAB al-A'raf. We should not be one of them. That is the essence. Because yes, we are believers. Our expectation is that we will go to paradise. But if one is left, and the group among the ASHAB al-A'raf, then is too terrible for all opportunities that are going to us. We have titled this khutbah ASHAB al-A'raf, the people of equal balance. Evil and good, they balance out. ASHAB al-A'raf, Abdus-Salam. When decision is made, ASHAB al-Yamin, those who are going to paradise will have gone. And the other one will go. Allah spoke about ASHAB al-A'raf. وبينهما حجاب وعلى الأعراف رجال يعرفون كل بسيماهم ونادوا أصحاب الجنة أن سلام عليكم لم يدخلوها وهم يتبعون. When decision is already made, they are raised up. They are seeing everybody moving to the paradise. See everybody moving to the paradise. At that instance, they will know people by their names. They are friends. They work together. They pray together. They enjoy themselves together. They travel together. They know each person. They will know them by their name. And they will be calling those who are going to paradise. And what do we say? Assalamu alaikum. Expecting response from those already going to paradise. Those who are going to paradise knew them. Whoever is there, his bad deed and good deeds just balance out. And their decision may be they will come back to paradise if Allah is merciful unto them, or they will go to hellfire if Allah shows his annoyance to them. I want to say, if somebody is coming out of Black Maria to the judge, a criminal case, and he saw you and called you, will you go to him? ASHAB al-Yamin, those who are going to paradise, they will never answer them, because they knew where their own abode is. They have not entered paradise, but they knew what it means to enter paradise. Will somebody now change them and call them back? not to go, they will not answer. If those people refuse to answer them, they will turn to the people of the left hand, those who are entering hellfire. They will look at them in their heart, that is their heart of ASHAB الأعراف. They know in their heart that these people are going for punishment. They were wrong. And what they will say is that, like Allah has put it, وَإِذَا أَصَابَتْ أَبْصَارُهُمْ تِلْقَاءَ أَصْحَابِ النَّارِ قَالُوا رَبَّنَا لَا تَجْعَلْنَا مَعَ الْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. When they turn to them and they look at them, you see somebody who is already condemned to life imprisonment or death by hanging, how he will have changed. You will see them, the ASHAB will see on their faces dejection, and they will pray unto Allah where they are. They will pray and they will say, Rabbana, oh our Lord, la taj'alna ma'al qawmi zalimin. Do not join us with these people. We pray unto you, be merciful unto us, such that at the end of the day, we are suffering years. You have not taken this, please do not decide that we will join this group of people. Ibad Allah. ASHAB al-Arab will single out some notable and notorious leaders of unbelievers and ask them concerning their gatherings and their wealth, which were their strength of their disobedience to Allah. Why on earth? One of those things that people use to be disobedient to Allah is wealth. If Allah enriched someone, he will be arrogant. If you people have children or position, they can be arrogant with Allah. The Africa will come back to them and will call the notable ones among them. وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ الْأَعْرَافِ رِجَالًا يَعْرِفُونَهُم بِسِيمَاهُمْ. Those whom they know by their names in that group. Among the cultists, I hope none is here. If you are here, you have your leaders. The smugglers, you have your leaders. Kidnappers, you have your leaders. That day, those who are Muslims, they are not major kidnappers, they are not major thieves. When they are there, they will see their leaders they are already condemned into, how can you imagine? Don't see digression. 80 years plus of age, still being a kidnapper. 80 years, what does he need the money for? To do what? 80 years. You will see people like that, and you will call them by their name. Call them. Ma akina ankum jama'akum wa ma kuntum tastakbirun. Your way by which you think no, you are untouchable that day. Of what benefit is it to you today? Your influence by which you disobey Allah to that extent that the message of Allah will be said and you just want it off your ears as if you are not affected. Of what benefit is it to you today? Obedient of Allah, the waiting time for ASHAB al-Araf is terrifying for them, and we must strive hard not to be one of them. My wish and prayer for you and myself is that Allah will save us from the agony of that day and will not be one of them. Brothers and sisters in Islam, wishes and prayers alone are grossly insufficient to prevent being part of them. It's not only wishful thinking, it's not only prayers that will do that, but we have to make frantic effort, genuine effort, that will be based on Al-Kitab wa Sunnah, the Prophet ﷺ. They are there. What will save us from being part of them? Ibn Hajar said, وَيَنْبَغِي لِلْمَرْءِ أَنْ لَا يَزْتَهِدَ فِي قَلِيلٍ مِنَ الْخَيْرِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَهُ وَلَا فِي قَلِيلٍ مِنْ شَرٍّ أَنْ يَجْتَنِبَهُ فَإِنَّهُ لا يعلم الحسنة التي يرحمه الله بها ولا سيئة التي يسخط عليه بها. Ibn Hajar, may Allah be pleased with him, said, we expect every human being, every sensible person, that we not trivialize anything, no matter how small it is, in terms of good that you say is so small that that's why you don't want to do that thing which is small. He said no sensible person should do that. The same way, no matter how evil, how small evil act is, do not trivialize it. Because you don't know that small good thing may be what will please Allah most, and by that He will be merciful unto you. And that little sin, evil deed, no matter how small it is, it may be what will annoy Allah so much that He will not want to see you, He will not be merciful unto you. Therefore, do not trivialize anything. Ibadah, there is no deed that is insignificantly small. Mountains are built up by grains of sand and stones. Likewise, your records are aggregates of deeds built up from your small and major acts. That is the teaching of Islam, and that is why Luqman addressed his only son. He said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Ya bunayya, innaha in taku mithqala habatin min khardalin fatakun fi sakhratin aw fi samawati aw fil ardi ya'ti biha Allah. Inna Allah latifun khabir." Surah Luqman verse 16. Oh my son, if there be but the weight of a mustard seed, and it were hidden in a rock or anywhere in the heavens or on earth, Allah will bring it forth. For Allah understands the finest mysteries and is well acquainted with them. Elsewhere, He said, وَنَضَعُ الْمَوَازِينَ الْقِسْطَ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فلا تظلم نفس شيئا وإن كان مثقال حبة من خردل أتينا بها وكفى بنا حسيبا. Allah has taken the final decision that He will never wrong anybody. He will never be unjust to anybody. But no matter how small your deed is, on the day of their judgment, Allah will recall them and put them together for you. Ibadah, what are the things that we need to do to ensure that your weight, your good deed will outweigh your evil deed? They will never balance. Those are good things. Anything that is good, already mentioned like Allah in the Quran or in the tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will do you good. Remember last week or so, we mentioned that if you perform ablution in your office or at your home and you advance toward the mosque, you continue to be rewarded with something good for every step you take. When you take the right step, additional good deed will be written for you. When you take your left leg, evil deed will be cleansed off you. And that is why Allah said, Inna al-hasanati yuzhibuna sayyi'at. Your good deed will erase the bad ones. Therefore, we need to do more good deeds. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was enumerating things that you can do that will not involve spending any kobo. I don't have money does not arise at all. The rich and the poor can engage in them, and there are good deeds for you that will be recorded for you. In hadith of Abu Hurairah, qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kullu sulama min an-nas alayhi sadaqatun kulla yawmin yatlu'u fihi ash-shamsu. He was not counting. He said every joint is compulsory to make sadaqah every day. You must use your joints, your limbs, to do some good deeds that good record will be recorded for you. You know, said, Yadilu Bena is playing sadaqah. You saw two people fighting, disagreeing, and you come between them to resolve their differences, reconcile them. Because you do need to respect money for that. No. Use your intellect, use your time, be patient with them, and that's the tension. When you do that, it is sadaqah for you. وَيُعِنَّ الرَّجُلَ عَلَى دَابَّتِهِ. When you help somebody to enter his vehicle, or to ride his okada, or buy his bike, or his riding animal, you assist him to getting it started. You have no sadaqah back that. Or you lift him up to be able to get into the animal you have helped him. Or you help him to lift his load. You are at the bus stop. They drop somebody a little far away. He carry one back to, he's going back to carry another one. Why not going to help me carry one so that he also do sadaqah for that person? While the kalimatu tayyibun sadaqatu, offering something good to another person that will comfort him, even if the problem is not solved, he will feel relieved. That is also sadaqah. But what do we have to do? If I speak to you, you will not be able to sleep. What are you trying among yourselves? That ordinary speech to that person, it will distort his sleeping and he will not be able to sleep. It's bad words. Therefore, speak something good, but who do the nurses? Say what is good to everybody. And Bakulu Futuwati Yaktuha ila Salati Salata. We have to say that every step we take towards the mosque is Salata for you. While you meet to the other and the Tariq is Salata. You see something that can endanger somebody, you are already saying. Bottle broken bottle, nail, tongues, anything that can injure us other person, you remove it from there. Not just because of it, but you don't want any other person to fall victim of it. It's Salata. Obedience to Allah. There are so many of that. Let me just take one tradition concerning how to block the leaking pipe of good deeds. I call it leaking pipes of good deeds. Doing good, there are several that has been mentioned. But there are leaking pipes that can deflate your good deeds, and on that day, the good and the bad will balance out, will be equal. We should avoid sins. Anything that is sinful, we must avoid it. In a hadith of Abdullah bin Mas'ud, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إياكم ومحقرات الذنوب فإنهن يجتمعن على الرجل حتى يهلكنه. This hadith is longer than this. But the portion I want to use is Iyakum, beware, be conscious, save yourself from detestable sins. Who says not detestable? All sins. Beware of them. By Nahunna, you see, all the sinful acts altogether, Yajtami'ani ala rajuli, it will heap up on a man, on the doer. Hatta yuhlikunahu, until he will destroy that person, or until he destroys that person. Therefore, everybody must be aware of this. What is good? Inna al-halala bayyinun wa inna al-harama bayyinun wa baynahuma umurun mushtabihat. Do not go into doubtful things. What is allowed and already clearly stated, and what is unlawful clearly stated, and do not go into the doubtful one. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ويا عباد الله اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم لك الحمد على نعمة الإسلام والإيمان، ولك الحمد أن جعلتنا من أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Adáwọ̀pẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run bá fún ìjọba àsìkò ń ta gbéyàwó ní òní. Ó ní ọjọ́ gbòǹdì apá kan nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ gbèǹde. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ya ọlọ́kùnrin àti lóbìnrin, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ọjọ́ gbèǹde kò sí èméjì bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a fi ìwà, ọ̀rọ̀ àti ìrìn fi jẹ́rìí wípé a gbà pé ọjọ́ gbèǹde wa. Ọjọ́ tí ó ṣe pé ní ẹnu ò ní sọ̀rọ̀, ọwọ́ ò ní sọ̀rọ̀, ìyìn tí ó máa sọ̀rọ̀, ẹnu ò ní sọ̀rọ̀, ọwọ́ àtẹsẹ̀ yóò máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn ni. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn pé iṣẹ́ tá a bá dẹ̀ ṣe mo là á gbà. Ọlọ́run ó ti jẹ́rìí, ó ti jẹ́ wa lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ pé òun ò ní ṣàbòsí fún ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Àmọ́ kò sí mo ṣe léyìí àṣegbé ni, gbogbo tá a bá ṣe àṣepamọ́ ni o. Àní lọ́jọ́ gbèdé Ọlọ́run tó máa pín ọmọ ènìyàn sí mẹ́ta. Àwọn ọjọ́ kan àkìjọ ọwọ́ ọ̀tún ni wọ́n, àwọn wo ló wà ń bẹ̀, àwọn tó gbé dáadáa wọn ó pọ̀ ju àìdá wọn lọ. Wọ́n gbé sórí òṣùwọ̀n, wọ́n ti gbé dáadáa síbẹ̀ ó já òṣùwọ̀n ni, nígbà pé ní agbúrú bẹ̀ ó kéré. Àwọn yẹn nígbà tó lọ́n bá ṣèdájọ́ àgbẹ̀ náà lé ní yóò nìkan máa lọ. Àwọn ọjọ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, àwọn ni àwọn tí aburú wọn ó pọ̀ ju dáadáa wọn lọ. Wọn láàánú, wọn ò rántí ọjọ́ yẹn, wọn ò mọ̀ fẹ́sàn wà, àbí wọ́n ń gbọ́ náà wọn ò tiẹ̀ wá gbà pé lóòótọ́ ni ihun tí ó ń ṣe wọ́n ń tán bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n kó yẹ ká gbàgbé ihun tí wọ́n jẹ. Àwọn yẹn tọ́lá máa ṣe náà ti dájọ́ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n láti mú gbogbo èèyàn inú náà lọ lónìí káwọn yẹn máa lọ. Yóò wá kó àwọn ìjọ kan, ìjọ tó ṣe wípé Ọlọ́run ní tí ì sọ ohun tóun fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn. Kí ló fà á? Bàtà gbé ọ̀rọ̀ wọn èyí tó dáa nínú iṣẹ́ wọn á gbé sórí òṣùwọ̀n, wọ́n á gbé kejì náà sórí òṣùwọ̀n, àwọn á jẹ́ déédéé. Àrùkú pátákó bá tẹ̀ fẹ́ sí i yóò lọ síbi kan lọ sí gbòǹgbò ní lọ torí kò sábò sí. Ó wá dúró sójú kan, àwọn yẹn Ọlọ́run wà kọ́ wọn sókè, wọ́n wà bọ́ sórí platform kan tí ó ga ju platform kan tó kù lọ. Wọ́n wà wà bẹ̀ títí Ọlọ́run ṣe wá gba tóun bá fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn. Tó bá yọ́nú sí wọn nínú ìtàn máa lọ sínú àlùjá rẹ̀. Tíbi inú rẹ̀ bá wà lórí wọn nínú ìtàn máa wọ náà lọ. Èyí sọ pé bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe rí. Àwọn náà mọ̀ tẹ́jọ́ bá wà ní Supreme Court. Àwọn máa retí pé lè pọ́ sí gbígbà ìjọba náà dà sí ni àbí bá. Àwọn máa ṣe oríṣiríṣi calculation. Àwọn máa ṣe oríṣiríṣi tó lè jẹ́. But níjọ́ tí ẹni tó bá jẹ́ leading judge bá ti dìde, tó bá ti ka judgement ẹ̀, minority of àkàtì ẹ̀ lásán ni, ti leading judge yẹn ní final. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la nǹkan alẹ́ ayé ta lè fi mú ẹni òṣèlè ẹjọ́ náà. Bọ́lá bá ti dìsá pé báyìí níta ní lọ́ọ̀yà tí ó sọ pé kó má rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí. Àwọn àṣàbù àárọ̀ làwọn tí wọ́n ní nítorí ibi tí wọ́n sábà fi wọ́n àṣàbù àárọ̀ wípé orí ibi tí wọ́n wà ó ga ju ibi náà tó kù wà lọ. Wọ́n lè máa rí àwọn tí ń wọná lọ báyìí. Tọ́mọ eléyìí ń lọ gbádùn yẹn. Ọ̀rẹ́ àti ń wọná lọ, wọ́n wọnú náà lọ ní eléyìí lọ jìyà nìyẹn. Ìfòyà bọ́dí tí wọ́n wà já sí òwà máa mú àwọn náà ìyà yẹn náà lọ́tọ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. Ọdún mélòó ni ó wà fún rí bẹ́ẹ̀ káyà sọ. Nítorí pé ní ọjọ́ kan lọ́jọ́ ìdájọ́ lóòótọ́, àwọn ọjọ́ kan ọjọ́ ìdájọ́ yẹn Ọlọ́run sọ fún nínú Kùránì pé ní ó dàbí ẹgbẹ̀rún ọdún táwa ń lò láyé ni. Bí ìwà sí ìbáwáráyé ànábì mú alayhi salatu wa salam tàbí ìlú 1000 years. Wọ́n bá ṣàdúrà rẹ̀ fún ọ pé ní ẹjọ́ lọ́jọ́ kẹ́mi wá gbọ́dọ̀ kẹ́mi wá gbọ́dọ̀ ẹjọ́ bá ṣàdúrà 250 years nínú wa kò ní sàmì. Torí báyìí ò bá ti sú, ìwọ́n ló ti sú ayé. Ọlọ́wà ní 1000 years. Dàpọ̀ how many years náà wà tó fi wà lórí ibẹ̀ ìyẹn kan ò ní sọ àwọn náà bá tí kò dá ọmọ yìí. Àwa ní kí ló yẹ torí bẹ́ẹ̀ àrọ́ pọ̀ lórí wọn. Wọ́n ní torí pé iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ dáadáa àti iṣẹ́ àyàwó ó ṣe déédéé òní. Ìtawà fi mọ́lẹ̀ yìí wá ohun gangan ní àkórí òkútùbà wa bí táwa summarize sí. Òní pé kí ni ìwà àtẹ̀mí lè ṣe jẹ́ àfihàn láàrin wọn? Nítorí pé a ti kọ́kọ́ gbìyànjú àti má sí lára àwọn àzábìlì ṣìmáàlì náà, àwọn tó lọ sí ẹyìn nínú náà, àti pé àti gbọ́dọ̀ bá gbọ́, agbàdé ìdìbò àgbà ilé ìbò. Báwo láṣẹ tí wọ́n wà ní àzábìlì àárọ̀? Agbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n máa gbà. Kò ní sẹ́ni tí ó wà ń bẹ̀rù àwọn mùsùlùmí náà ló wà ń bẹ̀rù. Torí ẹni tọ́lọ̀ rẹ̀ lè já sí àlùjánnà, àbólé já sí náà ló wà ń bẹ̀. Kálẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ilé já sí àlùjánnà ẹni tó nígbàgbọ́ ní Ọlọ́run bá gbogbo ẹni tí ò bá ti nígbà gbọ́ ní wàhálà níyà ọlọ́ọ̀ba kò lè já síbẹ̀ ó lè fi mùsùlùmí náà ló wà mẹ́ báwo ni owó ṣe dé síbẹ̀ báwo ni kò ṣe dé síbẹ̀ ní ta ní láti ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ dáadáa gbogbo tó bá ti sọ pé ó dáa ká máa gbìyànjú ká má sí nínú kíkẹ́ nǹkan bàjẹ́ káà náà má ṣèwú ká má fi tẹ̀lú ní ìkún ti wá a má jẹ́ kí inú nǹkan máa bàjẹ́ kí inú ti wá lè bá a máa dùn ká kírun lásìkò báwo ká gbáwẹ̀ níta bá ní tàbí sàdákà ká fi ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa sàdákà náà ni tàlílù wa tẹ̀síbí wa táà ń ṣe ṣùgbọ́n àlàáfíà láàtà sàdákà ni gbogbo àwọn kan wọ̀nyí ló jẹ́ kí ìwòsàn wọn lọ́wọ́ kó ga ìtọ́wọ́ sí i. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì bí èèyàn bá wá ń ṣe dáadáa kí èèyàn tó máa wà máa lu páìpù dáadáa yẹn kó tó máa jò ẹ má yẹ kí tíìpù wa kó máa jò kí ló lè kó máa jò kí èèyàn tó máa fi aburú kún dáadáa bí èèyàn bá ti fi ń kó dára kí èèyàn bá ṣe ló máa parẹ́ ni ẹ jẹ́ ká jìnnà sí àìdá. a tọrọ fún àwọn aṣíwájú wa nínú ọgbà vice chancellor àti àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ principal officers, the deputy vice chancellors, the registrar, the librarian, the provost, and àti gbogbo wọn. àwọn tí wọ́n ní ṣèjọba pẹ̀lú bc yẹn mẹ́ẹ̀ kí tó dá àwọn ọmọ lọ́wọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣe àwọn gbọ́ má dá tẹ̀lé láàrin wọn. àtọ̀rọ̀ fún gbogbo ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan tó kù àwọn other officers àtọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́yìn náà àwọn àtàjọ òṣìṣẹ́ ìfọ̀n àtọ̀rọ̀ fáwa náà àwọn tí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọlọ́pọ̀ fẹ́ kọ́ ilé ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹ̀yìn wọ́n ọ̀la wa kó dáa ẹ wo àwọn táwọn mú bí wọ́n kì í náà éèdì wọn kéré gan 18, 20 kankan náà mú ẹ̀yìn tí ẹ pàdé wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn táwọn abẹ náà lè gbogbo ara tí níta lọ díẹ̀ díẹ̀ o ẹ dákun ẹ kí ló lè dá ẹ páyọ náà wọn ní tẹ́ǹṣì àtọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọn kì í ṣe staff university but when one business or the other one should university ọlọ́run láti kọ́ àwọn ọmọ اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين اللهم آمنا في أوطاننا وأصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا اللهم وفق ولي أمرنا لهداك واجعل عمله في رضاك اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكيها وأنت خير من زكاها اللهم اصلح ذات بيننا وألف بين قلوبنا وأهدنا سبل السلام وأخرجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وبارك لنا في أزواجنا وذرياتنا وأموالنا وأوقاتنا واجعلنا مباركا أينما كنا يا أرحم الراحمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار قوموا إلى صلاتكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وابشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. Allahu Akbar. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.